Here's me looking pretty hideous. Sucks to be you. You have to look at me. Just a stupid little quick note. I was just flicking through the TikToks and somebody said, can you name this theme for a movie as quick as possible? And I said, first note, Last Starfighter. I said, absolutely 100% Last Starfighter. Of course it was Last Starfighter. The Last Starfighter is one of those wonderful little gems that showed up in the 80s. There was a lot of completely one-off movies that showed up in the 80s that were just fantastic. I mean, they're talking Gremlins and all the sequels, but the first movies, like, oh, there were so many. But The Last Starfighter will always hold in my heart. I mean, it's quintessentially a wonderful science fiction movie that's fun to watch. I mean, I haven't seen it in probably 10 years, but I've seen it probably a dozen times. Greetings, Starfighter. It is so much fun. It's a nice little movie. Anyway, so I was reading through the comments and blah, blah. So, but I'm going, oh, I know the theme because I listen to it a lot. But I'm going, it's so reminiscent of something else because it's not Star Trek. I mean, this theme of Star Trek is not even close to The Last Starfighter. But I said, it's bugging me because I'm thinking, what other theme of a science fiction show and or movie is very, very, very similar? Not completely similar. It's not like, but mostly, I don't know what. And I thought, well, Galaxy Quest. So I just looked up. And again, I love Galaxy Quest. Again, fantastic movie for the science fiction geeks. And Star Trek geeks, because it is an homage to Star Trek. And geeks like me who love Star Trek. But I'm going, oh, Galaxy Quest. Okay, that's pretty good. And I'm going, it's pretty close. And I'm going, but there's something else in my head that sounds like The Last Starfighter. And again, not completely, not like they lifted it or plagiarized it. But I go, wait a minute. I'm going to listen to the Orville's theme. And I'm going, the Orville theme is Galaxy Quest and Orville are so, the theme that's Orville and Galaxy Quest are so much more reminiscent of the Last Starfighter theme than any Star Trek, Star Wars, or anything else. from my bad ears. And again, loved all three of them. Like, Orville was a fantastic series. I mean, Firefly for what it was, but the Orville was, and again, I loved all seasons of the. A lot of people didn't like season 3. They didn't like Charlie. I adored Charlie. I knew who she was. I knew the character she was portraying. She was like, again, a lot of people didn't like Dr. Pulaski either. I love Dr. Pulaski. She's grating, but I mean, I miss Bev. Don't get me wrong, but Charlie was Dr. Pulaski, except younger, and she had this hatred. And again, Dr. Pulaski times 100. Like, Dr. Pulaski had no consideration, no appreciation of Data. That was the entire. If you watch season 2 by itself, and you see Dr. Pulaski from the first episode to the last episode of season 2, you can see how the character of Dr. Pulaski evolves into coming to appreciate Data as an entity, as a person. That was the whole point. She was supposed to be grading. She was supposed to not like Data. She's supposed to think Data's a toaster. and then as the season progressed, I think it really starts noticing it is when they're on the holodeck. But anyway, Charlie shows up. She lost her best friend, her girlfriend, to, I won't give away spoilers. The Kalon. And so she has this vitriol towards Isaac. And I'm not going to fault her for that. Would I have that? I don't know. But you see her coming to respect, not as much as Pulaski with Data, but you see her coming to respect Isaac as a person. And again, the ultimate sacrifice at the end, because she realized that this is what she had to do. I mean, it is a base foundational moral of hers to save people, including the Kalon. which came through. I love Charlie. I thought Charlie was a fantastic character. A lot of people hated her because she was grating, and of course she's grating because that's the character she's supposed to be. I know. I really. If there's one series that should come back and get like a billion more episodes and a billion more seasons, is the Orville. I mean, we can say Firefly because, again, not to go off knee tangents again. Double chin. Ooh, I'm 60. Oh, I'm going to be 60. But Firefly is so in its own realm of fantasticness every episode. And again, we can go into the pilot that was actually shown on TV first, like the Man Trap in Star Trek was the first episode that was shown, and it was for Firefly, it was the train job, which was for me the weakest one out of all of them, because Joss had to go back to make a pilot when he already had the pilot Serenity, the 2-part episode, which is brilliantly fantastic. I don't know why Fox didn't but they asked him to make another pilot, just like Star Trek. And they came up with the train job. And the train job is okay, but it is the weakest out of all of them. But so 15 episodes, remember, I've seen them a million times. I wore out my Serenity DVD. How do you wear out a DVD? I don't know. But I wore it out and I had to go to EHR, or not M&M. I can't remember where I bought the DVDs from. I had to go back and buy another copy. I actually have 2 copies of Serenity here. One that doesn't work. And there's no scratches on it. I just played it so much. And how do you wear it on a DVD? I don't know. But anyway, I don't think you can ever, the Orville can be restarted and just continue on with where they left us. Seth can do whatever he wants to do, because the characters would have evolved or whatever, like 10 years later or whatever. I don't think at all. I think it was a time and place, like Seinfeld. You couldn't reboot Seinfeld today. You couldn't have done Seinfeld in the 70s. Seinfeld was that niche of time where Seinfeld was perfect for TV. Not my favorite show, but I loved every episode. But you could not redo that show. And I don't think you could continue that show right now without, me. I don't think Firefly at all. If they had 5 seasons out of it, when the first one, I would have loved all 5 seasons. I don't think you can capture lightning in the bottle twice. I don't think so. I think it was as perfect of casting and writing and directing, and stories can come and go, but it was a perfect everything. Jules moved on, Nathan's moved on, Alan's moved on, Book is gone. I mean, Ron Glass, going back to Barney Miller, like one of my favorite ensemble characters ever. On Barney Miller, and I was too young to get Barney Miller. Just showed up in the 70s before KRP. But I don't think you can do it again. I don't think so. I don't think there's ever going to be another. And I'm not saying this as I'll be pleasantly surprised if this does something actually comes along. But I don't think any show will ever come along that will captivate the science fiction adoration as the 15 episodes of Firefly did. I don't think you can reboot Firefly now, ever. I don't think you can, because you're not going to have that, the cast and the stories and the directing, and just, it was a perfect storm of everything to make that show wonderful. Even Serenity, again, I know all the faults of the movie Serenity, not the pilot. Even the Serenity itself could not capture the adoration for me. I love Serenity. I've told you, I wrote the DVD. But it did not have the je ne sais quoi. I don't even know what it is. The cutesy easiness. And it's not supposed to. It's a 2-hour movie, so I get why they didn't do that. And Captain Mel was Captain Mel. But it was subtly different. Anara was subtly different. But of course, time passed. Everybody was subtly different in the movie than in this TV series. And I loved the movie, but the TV series had just that one spark of more je ne sais quoi that's hard to define. I don't think you can do it again. I keep on, and there's so much out there now. There's literally so much out there. But I think it's all, Not boilerplate, because there's all you got the Foundation, which I still want to watch. You got the Expanse. You got all these other science fiction shows that are fantastic, and Star Trek continues with all their stuff. Strange New Worlds is just beautiful, and Star Wars with all the stuff on Disney Plus that they keep on putting out, and I'll keep on watching it. But none of it. I mean, Star Trek's a way of life for me. Star Trek's not just a TV show. Star Trek is quintessentially ingrained into my foundational being. Infinite diversity and infinite combinations, and the moral and the integrity of that show. But in the end, Star Trek as a TV show fits with all the other TV shows of science fiction out there that I've watched continuously for my entire life. And Firefly will just be that one show that stands over there as just a head above everything else, even though it's not ingrained into my psyche like Star Trek is. But yeah, the themes of The Last Starfighter, which is, I just adore the theme. Look it up on YouTube, and then listen to the Galaxy Quest theme all the way through, and then listen to the Orville theme. There's a lot of, they're fun, and that's the one thing that Star Trek themes don't have. It's just fun melodies. It's like watching the Looney Tunes, but more substantive. But it's just bum 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 bum. I mean, it's a little Star Trek in there, but the Orville and the Galaxy Quest and the Last Starfighter, just wonderful themes that just brought me back to talking about this for 11 minutes while I'm laying on the couch, waiting for drywall stuff to dry. So that's it. That's all. I will talk to you guys soon.